Today I have a very special guest. Her name is Selina Rose. She's a little shy right now, but she'll loosen up in a little bit. How are you doing today, ma'am?
Good.
Yes?
Yeah.
I love that. She's all quiet. She's like, do we need to keep taking shots?
Yeah.
Get a little drunk. We should have gotten a little tipsy before we started recording, but it's fine. No worries, guys. Well, the shots hit her. I do have some stats to tell you guys about because last time I was asked to talk about some stats. So I don't know how, but I made it to, of course, the U.S. I've made it to Mexico, Germany, and India, dude.
Oh, shit.
There's Indians listening to me. That's kind of sick, huh?
Oh, yeah.
And in the U.S., I have...
Oh, my God.
In the U.S., I have 27 states. In Mexico, I have 4. So I have Cancun, Chihuahua, Zacatecas, and Jalisco. In Germany, I have Hesse. I don't know how to pronounce that. And then in India, it's Karnataka. I think. Sorry if I said it wrong. But
Damn, that's good.
Sick, huh? Yeah. I have over 2,000 plays, so that means my podcast has been played over 2,000 times. The age range is about 23 to 34, so that makes sense because that's usually the age range I know. And then what's weird is that Seattle's my number 1 city that's played. So it's Seattle, Greeley, Denver, and then New York City.
Oh, wow.
That's crazy, huh? I was like, what? And then so far I have 71 subscribers on YouTube, so thank you guys. If you want to keep subscribing so it grows more, that would be fantastic. Oh, how are you doing now? Are you feeling a little warm and good now or not yet? You're getting there? It's getting Start sweating and stuff, huh? So Selina Rose, who is Selina Rose?
I'm a bad bitch.
Yeah, period. 1,000%.
No, I'm just kidding. Yeah, basically.
Literally.
Yeah.
The baddest bitch.
I'm weirdo at times, but I'm a bad bitch.
Yeah.
I always feel so awkward when people ask me, like, tell me about yourself. I'm like, oh, shit.
You're like, it sounds like an interview, huh?
Yeah.
You're like, well, my weaknesses are, my strengths are.
I'm like, fuck. I don't even know. Do I even know myself?
Yeah.
Yeah.
For those that didn't know, Selina is a dancer, so, ooh. She likes to shake her ass, but she's nervous to talk on the camera. It's fine. She did say something else, but I was like, nah, I won't say that. So, Selina, how's the life of a dancer?
Like, what do you mean?
Like, how did it start?
Oh, okay.
How did you get here?
Okay, yeah, I miss.
You're fine, no worries.
Understood. Okay, so, yeah, I've been dancing off and on for 2 years. I started because, these 2 girls I used to actually be cheerleaders with in high school, I was working a locating job and I was like outside all the time. And they're kind of just like, why are you doing a man's job? Like, you're too pretty for that. Like, you should come dance with us. Mm-hmm. And then they're like, how much, if you don't mind me asking, do you make in a week? And then I told them and they're like, girl, we make that in one night. Like, get your ass over here. Like, come dance. And I was like, dude, like, no, I'm like scared. Like, that's terrifying. And then I was like, okay, I'll try it one night and I'll see. And sure enough shit, I freaking made the same amount I was making in a 75-hour week. Because I was working long hours. Oh, okay. So in 75 hours, what I made in my day job, I made in one night. Mm-hmm. So I was like, I dropped my little work boots and I was like, I'm going to go be a little stripper. Yeah. But it's like, it's got me like a lot of things and like, is helping me pay off like debt and stuff. So it's been good. It's treated me good. It's like an emotional roller coaster though, I would say. Yeah. Is it not as glamorous as everybody makes it seem? No. Like literally, especially with TikTok now, everybody glamorizes being a stripper. So like every girl is like, oh, I'm become a stripper, like this and that, like glamorizes the whole lifestyle. But honestly, like, and this is why I've been like dancing off and on, is because it's not, everything that glitters isn't gold. Mm-hmm. Like, you're going to see things on the internet and then believe it. And then when you start at the club, you're going to be like, what the this is not what I was told how this is. And it's just like, everything that glitters literally is not gold. Mm-hmm. It's, yeah.
Damn, that's crazy. That's because I've heard this story before, so to me, I'm like, yeah. But no, alrighty, ma'am. Well, can I ask you a couple questions then?
Yeah.
Since you're a little shy still.
Yeah.
How old were you when you started?
When I started, I was 20. Yeah, I was like about to turn 20.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like still 19, and then I started.
Yeah. What's the most embarrassing thing that's happened to you?
The most embarrassing thing. I would say one time. So I was like a baby stripper, and
what's considered a baby stripper?
Like a baby stripper is like somebody who's just starting off, and like, you know, like I feel like you're still a baby stripper until you know everything, like until you got it down and you're comfortable. Yeah. I kind of feel like you're a baby stripper until you feel like you've overcome everything.
Yeah.
But honestly, like the time frame, I feel like baby strippers like within the first year that you're dancing.
Yeah.
But when this happened to me, I was a baby stripper and I was dancing. It was like my 3rd month dancing, and nobody told me. Well, because I was like not gonna dance while I was on my period. Yeah. So I was like, everybody's like, ew, that's so gross. But when you have bills to pay, the girls told me in the locker room, like, oh, like I work on my period all the time. Yeah. And like this and that. So I'm like, and then this girl's like, just tuck it. And I was like, okay, I don't know what you mean by tuck it, but I'm gonna figure it out, bitch. Yeah. And so, because a lot of girls didn't want to take me under their wing. Like some girls who dance for a while will take newbies under their wing and like teach them things. Nobody wanted to do that for me. So I just overheard girls like say that, oh, like, yeah, you can work on your period, like that's it. And then nobody told me about the little trick that you like cut your tampon. Yeah. So me, I was just like, okay, I like tucked it, whatever the that means. Yeah.
You just have the string up or like?
Yeah, I like just shoved it. Yeah. And then so I was like, okay, cool, I'm good. I go to my stage set and freaking my tampon string is just dangling, and I'm just really thinking I'm fucking it up, sis. Like,
you're like, yeah, Selena.
Yeah. And like there was 2 guys at my, bro. I was like really thinking I was doing something. Yeah. And I had 2 guys at my stage set, and then like they were throwing money, and then one of them walked away, and one guy stayed, and like he's like, hey, can I tell you something? And he's like, come here. And I was like, what? And then as he's pulling me to the side, 3 more men approached the stage, and I was trying not to like talk too much because I wanted to entertain so I make money. And I was like, okay, give me a sec. He's like, no, like come here right now. And I went over there, and he's like, your tampon string is dangling everywhere.
You're like, did you finish dancing or did you just get off?
No, I can't. So we have 3 songs each stage set.
Yeah. Were you barely on song 1?
I was barely on song 1. And I was like, are you, like my face got, like my eyes got so big. Yeah. I was like, are you fucking serious? He's like, yes. He's like, I just, want to let you know because other people are coming. And like the guy started sitting down. Yeah. And I just got my shit and I dipped so fast. But it was so embarrassing. I was like, even though like, that's natural and stuff, but like some people are like, ew, why would you dance on your period? But at the same time, when you got bills to pay, like shit happens.
You gotta do what you gotta do.
Do what you gotta do.
Yeah. And it's normal. Like it's natural. It's not like it's a weird thing.
Yeah. Except just at least now I know the trick.
Yeah, you just gotta cut it.
And I just gotta cut it.
Oh boy.
That was so embarrassing. So bad.
I could just see your face. You're like, oh.
And the thing is, I was dancing that whole song thinking I'm such a bad bitch. Like, yeah, look at my ass. And the whole time there's just a tampon. Like.
At least they knew you were pregnant or none. They'll probably throw you extra money.
You know what though? There are girls who still dance when they're pregnant.
I've seen that on TikTok. And
the crazy thing is they still make, like, I would think like, well, do you make the same amount of money? Like, obviously you're tired. Pregnancy's hard. But actually they make more because certain people have fetishes over that.
I was going to say that some people love pregnant women. I'm like, that's kind of weird.
I'm like, that's crazy because even my homegirl, she was pregnant and she kept dancing. Well, she's not really my homegirl. She's like an acquaintance I met at the club. Yeah. But she also started her OnlyFans when she was actually showing. And she's like, dude, I've made so much money. And I was like, what the f***? That's crazy, but I mean, everybody likes what they like. I guess.
Yeah. I mean, I guess that's better than liking people's feet. I think foot fetishes are fucking weird to me.
Don't even get me started on that.
Well, what's the weirdest thing that's ever happened to you at the club?
The weirdest thing. There's a lot of weird shit. So let me think real quick.
Good. What's the one that you're like, fuck?
Okay. The weirdest thing, talking about fetishes, which I, by all means, do not judge anybody. I want to make that clear. Mm-hmm. I don't judge anybody based on their fetishes. You know, live your life, get your little kinks on. However, I was doing a lap dance, and this man offered me $500 to fart in his mouth. And it caught me off guard. I was just like, you want me to what? I thought he was joking.
Yeah.
And because I was still a baby stripper at the time too. So I wasn't used to people asking me weird questions or anything like that. And so I was like, what? And he was like, no, I'm being so serious. And he like pulls out the money. And I was like, no, like you're being for real. And he's like, yes. And I was like, okay. Well, now I'm like, $500 is like a lot of money just to fart in somebody's face.
Yeah, like that's easy money.
So I was like, okay. So I was like going to, but then like I think my butt got scared or something.
And it come out?
Like I couldn't fart. And I was like,
well, I don't think, can you like fart on command?
No. But also I was just like kind of like, maybe if I'm like, you know, thinking about it, I could maybe do it.
Or you can make a noise.
Yeah. And so I told him, I was like, well, I can't really fart right now.
Sorry, my body's not ready to fart.
Yeah. I was like, try again in 5 minutes. I was like,
right. No, ask me again.
Yeah. And I was like, oh, to be honest, I can't really fart now. And he's like, well, I'll just keep paying for the songs until you can fart. Like, he's like, as long as it's like within 3 minutes.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay. There was no way I was gonna be able to fart. So I literally just like pretended, like you said.
Yeah,
I was
made
just
a little noise.
Yeah. And I was like, and
did you believe it?
No, he's like, you didn't fart, you just made it up.
You're like, do you ask for this all the time?
Yeah, he must know. He must like really know
that there wasn't.
Yeah, and I was like, no, I did. And he was like, no, you're a liar. And then he kind of got mad that I lied about it. So he didn't end up buying 3 songs worth of dances. Yeah. He was kind of just like, because me just sitting there for the time being trying to fart. Was like 2 minutes or 2 songs. And so he only paid for the 2 songs and like he was like willing to pay for more, but the fact that I lied, he got mad.
Yeah.
I was like,
you're like, Sarah, I can't just fart on command.
Like, dude, my butt got scared. Like, what do you want me to do? You scared me off. You caught me off guard.
Yeah. Was he like a regular there and stuff? Had he asked the other girls, or you never asked?
I don't know, because like I don't really have much friends in the club, so I don't like hang out with girls and like discuss things. But I did see him in there quite a few times, so he is a regular. Yeah. And I'm just like, shit. I mean, I really wish I could have farted, because that's $500
for just to fart.
Just to fart.
Yeah. Literally, all you gotta do is 2, and then that's it.
Dude, that ass. I'm like, damn. Should have had Taco Bell.
I know. You should have. You're like, let me go order a bean burrito real quick. Give me a second. Come find me in like 15, dude.
For real. And I mean, and that's just one of the very many.
Yeah, one that you're like.
But I think that's the
most.
Top notch. So I'm like, do you get like pink eye? Like,
yeah, that's what I was thinking right now. Like, you have to.
Like, I try and like see different viewpoints of different kinks that people have.
Yeah. And
that's just one I can't wrap my head around.
It doesn't make sense. Do you think he closes his eyes and waits for like the little air to like leave? Does he like cover his eyes and it's like, okay, I'm ready for it?
I don't know. Like, is it the smell that does it for you? Is it the pressure of the fart? Like, what is it?
Yeah, be like, sir, where are you? We need to find you and ask you.
Yeah, I wish I would have
some questions.
I know. I'm like, damn, bro. And if I would have farted, like, he probably would have been a regular to come get regular farts.
Yeah. You'd have been like, oh, fart guy's here.
Dude, yeah.
That's crazy, dude. Dead ass. Okay. So what's the craziest thing that's ever happened to you?
The craziest thing that's ever happened.
Like fun crazy.
Let me see. I don't know. Fun crazy. Because usually the crazy I run into is bad crazy.
Yeah, you don't get fun crazy?
Not really.
Oh, no.
That's
really. Not good at all.
No. At all. I'm telling you, the club, that's why I'm saying, like, they glamorize this shit so much, but, like, some crazy shit really happens. Yeah. And, like, it's not great all the time. I don't know. I mean, I guess this is crazy, and it's, like, kind of funny but embarrassing, but I went to audition at this club, and during their, it's called amateur nights, they have all the contestants, like circle around the whole stage to like watch each other audition. Yeah. And then since it's amateur night, a lot of clients come in because it's like such a big deal, and they get to vote on what like dancer's the favorite. Yeah. And then that like depicts if they're hired or not and shit like that. So it's like a big crowd and stuff. And freaking motherfucking shit, I literally went there and it was my turn to audition, and I'm like fucking it up on the pole, like doing pole tricks, and their pole spinned, and I was spinning fast. I didn't realize how fast their poles spin until I actually did it, because every pole, like if it is a spinning pole, it'll like it has certain like if it goes fast or not, you know? Yeah. And I hopped on that bitch, and I just started going, and I pre-gamed before because I have anxiety so bad, so I was pre-gaming before, and I was just spinning, and I was it up for a minute until like I went downwards and then like rubbed up and like picked my head back up while I'm spinning. Yeah. Girl, my wig fell off. My wig. Shut up. And like while I'm up on the pool. And I'm like, I know you lying. Oh. What did you do? Well, it was falling off, and like I was like feeling it, and then I came up and I felt it all. It was like all the way back here, like peeled off my head. So I'm bald headed, like, cause I'm not bald headed, but I had the bald cap on. So I'm mid bald headed, and I'm like thinking I'm just like sexy, and I felt it, and I was like, oh my god, my wig. And so I like I was holding on with my legs on the pool, and I like try and pulled it back, but it would not come, so I just had to hold it here. And I was just on the pool, and I was still spinning so fast that I was like, how bro, I'm like holding my wig, trying not to fall off, how fast I'm spinning on this pool, and I'm like, how am I gonna get down? And I'm like, Jesus, it's me again. Hi, sorry, but help me out. And so when I was like, because I kind of said it out loud, I was like, oh shoot, my wig, and I like went to go grab it and pull it up. The contestants, since the contestants are the ones that surround the table, and then like the clients are back or whatever, they all started laughing. Bitches. And I'm like, sis, I know it's been a day. Now you're making me feel like everybody's seen it. And I was like, hopefully nobody's seen it, but
like really didn't pay attention,
everybody's seen it. Because how am I going to do a cool pull trick and nobody looking at me? Yeah. And my wig is off.
Did you get hired?
I still got hired.
Oh, sick. Okay, cool.
I still got
a win is a win. A win is a win.
A win is a win. Literally. Bald-headed or not. I'm like, damn. And I was like, so I still made it, because so on amateur night, they go in rounds. Like, so it really sucks because it kind of puts your confidence down if nobody cheers for you, because it's based off cheers. Oh, okay. And the judges will put their hand on top of your head. And so, like, the first round is all the girls. And then it's like the top, like, I think like 5 girls that have the loudest cheers go on to round 2. And then round 2, out of the 5 girls, there's like 3 places, first, second, third. Yeah. And I made it to the second round, even though I was bald headed.
Yeah, you're like, okay.
But after I made it to the second round, I was like, I can't do much now. I'm bald headed.
Yeah.
Like, if I do anything, literally anything, my wig is gonna come back off again.
Yeah.
And so after that, I was like, it's all right. But I kind of was like, oh, I'm not gonna get hired. But they hired me. So I was like,
hey, a win is a win.
A win is a win. Win is a win.
Dude, did you not like loosen it, or was it because you were going too fast, or
it was
like sweating
because I was sweating. Yeah.
So the glue started like
melting off. Yeah, and like I was just like, you know what? Maybe when I work, I just can't wear wigs, or like if I do wear wigs, just don't do pull tricks that I'm going upside down.
Yeah,
because I go upside down a lot when I do go on the pole. But so I've worn my wig like 2 other times, and I just didn't do pole work. Mm-hmm. But I feel like when I do pole work, I make more money. So even when I didn't do pole work and I wore my wigs and I was just twerking, I just sweat so much that it started like slicking back. And I just like, dude, I'm not even missing anymore.
Yeah, you're like, no more wigs.
Dude, that was so embarrassing.
At least you got hired.
At least I got hired.
Yeah.
Thank you.
What are your plans after you're done dancing? Are you gonna dance like in between?
I didn't want to dance for more than like 5 years maybe, because I started pretty young. So if I'm thinking 5 years, that's when I'm 25. And I want to like, you know, get out of debt and then start my own business. And that's like my plan. I was going to barber school for a little bit, but since I've been moving around a lot, I had to get out of that. So I plan on going back to barber school and then, excuse me, getting into like the lash industry. And like I really do want to get into like injections, like lip injections, butt injections, and like stuff like that, because I kind of feel like with nowadays that's like really good money. So
like all the cosmetic stuff.
So I'm like hopefully by the time I'm 25, I'm 22 right now, so I have 3 years. I get to finish school and like get all that done, buy my house, get out of debt, everything. So that's kind of my thing. But honestly, I've only been dancing 2 years, and I feel like I'm trapped in an 80-year-old's body.
Yeah,
my body, everything hurts. Everything hurts. And like even after a night of work, like say I take a week off, even if I take like a few days off, my knees and my shins are always bruised.
Yeah.
So it's like I don't even have pretty legs at this point because they're just all bruised up. And just literally everything hurts. Like I work out frequently, and I'm still sore just based off the dancing. Yeah. So I'm like, I don't know if I'll make it till I'm 25.
3 more years.
3 more years.
You're gonna need a walker.
I'm gonna need all that shit. Cause I literally, and this 2 years I've been dancing have been off and on. Yeah. So it hasn't been like the whole 2 years. This has been off and on. So I'm like,
you're like, fuck, am I gonna make it?
Am I gonna make it? Because I don't know.
Yeah.
That shit fucking hurts.
I bet. That seems like a lot of work.
My knees are aching talking about it. Talking about dancing, they're just like,
you're like, no, give us a break, please.
That's just rough.
Yeah. Alrighty, guys, we're gonna take a quick break and then we'll be back. Ooh. Ooh. Alright, guys, welcome back. She likes my little. Alright, let's keep it on with the questions. Okay, guys, I want to ask this one because I just saw it. What goes on in those back rooms? Dun, dun, dun.
A lot of shit.
Yeah.
A lot of I used to hang out in the back rooms when I was a baby stripper because I was always so tired, and the club I was working in at the time had a vending machine, and I like to eat. Yeah. I like to eat, so I would just chill back there and munch. But until, like, you realize how much shit you could get caught up in there. Like, literally, it's a lot of shit, a lot of girls talking shit, drugs. I don't know if I'm able to say that on YouTube.
You're fine.
Just a bunch of like,
is it like kind of like in the movies? Like how they portray it, like the bad stuff that happens?
Like
all the like the like sex, like all that shit.
Dude, yeah, there is. Oh wait, are you talking about the locker room or the like private room? Oh shit, I got confused.
This is the back room. I don't know what the back room is.
Oh my god.
Let's talk about the private rooms, right?
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. That means okay. I got confused. I thought you meant the locker room.
No.
Okay, the dance room.
Yes.
Yeah. It is how you portray it. Like, and here's. I want to say this very carefully because yes, in the movies that's exactly how it happens. Like, yes, there's girls who do extras, you know, for however much they want to do for. Like, yes, and some clubs allow it. And
really?
Some clubs allow it.
Isn't that soliciting sex?
That's illegal.
Yeah,
like, that's illegal. But to be completely honest, a lot of clubs they just turn their eye. You pay them good, they turn their eye.
Yeah.
And that's what I really don't like. It's ridiculous. I don't judge anybody who, you know, does that for money. However, keep that shit outside of the club.
Yeah.
Because it makes it harder for the girls in the club who don't do it to make money. I mean, I
expect it.
Because a lot of people have expected it from me too. They're like, oh, well, you want this much. Well, for $5 or $20 more, I could get that same service, or I could get that service more if I just pay that for that girl. I was like, okay, well then go ask that girl.
Yeah.
Like, it's ridiculous. Almost every single, no, actually not almost every single club I've worked at, there's shit going on like that. And like I say, I don't judge girls for doing it. You know, get your bag how you're gonna get it. However, I would like not just me, but everybody like keep it outside of the club. If you want to do that, do it on your own time. Don't do it in the club. Then a lot of men disrespect us who don't do it because they get mad and yeah. So that's just true. I've experienced like guys like trying to, and this is the like degrading part. This is why I stopped dancing for a long time because when I went in with good mindset, and this is here's a advice. You didn't ask for my advice, but to every dancer,
I was gonna eventually ask, but thank you for the.
Oh shit!
You're one step ahead of me, Selena.
Okay, we'll get back to that then. We'll get back to that. But wait, what was it?
We were talking about how it's really degrading and you stop dancing for a minute.
Oh yes, because literally there are guys in the back that just think every dancer does the extra shit. There's been guys who don't even ask me shit, and I'll just be like dancing with like my back towards them, giving them a lap dance, and all of a sudden they just try and stick their fingers up. Like they'll literally, and you don't know how many times I've smacked a motherfucker upside their head because I'm not the one. Yeah. You're not gonna do that, and like there are girls that will allow it, but I do not allow it. You didn't ask my permission, so like even if you know girls do it, I feel like it's a respecting to at least ask. But they just want it since they got it one time. They assume. I'm not the one, so I done smacked so many people because they're disrespectful. Yeah, and this is why you always get your money first. Always get your money first before the lap dance, because if any disrespect is given, you still made your money, you could walk out that room. Yeah, you're like, bye. And a lot of girls fuck up by, like, they'll give 5 dances getting expected to get paid at the end of the dances. There's guys who will not disrespect you for those 5 dances, but still walk out and not pay you. And there'll be girls who are like, oh, he's going to give me my money after this. He does some fuck shit like that, like trying to do that nasty stuff. And guess what? If you want to leave and you don't have your money, should have got it when you walked in there. Yeah. Always get your money first, because there's guys like that. It's terrible. That's why personally I don't do lap dances. Not anymore. After I experienced that, I mean, I recently started back up again. But when I first experienced that, I was a baby stripper. I was like 3 months in. And I'm giving this guy a lap dance, and all of a sudden he's trying to put his fingers at me. I freaked the fuck out, and I felt violated. Yeah, and so I go and tell the bouncers, like, at least I got my money first up front. I go tell the bouncers, they kick him out. But it don't always go down like that. So I started crying. I went home for the night because I felt violated. And, like, it's so much you have to deal with that people don't talk about. And I'm like, you guys are glorifying this shit when that's why I stopped doing lap dances for the longest time. And I recently started again, but always get your money first. I always get my money first. If there's one sign of disrespect, you want to try and rope me, like, you need to ask, like literally clubs I work at, you're supposed to sit on your hands.
Oh, really?
Yeah. There's no touching involved. There has been people like, oh, can I touch your boobs or this and that? And honestly, no, you can't, because then they feel like, oh, she said yes one time, I'm gonna fucking touch her coochie.
Yeah.
Like, you're not gonna touch me, bro. Yeah. So, I'm babbling now.
Yeah, no, you're fine. We love the babbling. Is it hard to hold a stable relationship while you're a dancer? Or does it depend on how insecure the man is?
Insecurity is a bitch. I swear, bro. So I've dated 2 men in my whole time I've been a dancer. Mm-hmm. And the first guy I was with, he was all like, oh, get your bag. I'm like, okay. Yeah. And then
I'm gonna get my bag.
I'm gonna get my bag. And then literally the first time I go to work, oh, I don't feel comfortable with this. Like, oh, you're really gonna go dance for other guys? You're gonna let other guys see you? This and that. Shut your motherfucking ass up.
You just told me to go get my bag, bro.
You just told me I'm getting my bag.
Do you want a Rolex or not?
Dude. And I was like, he would literally start a fight every time I had to go. Mm-hmm. And then it came where, oh, well, it's me or dancing.
Yeah.
What do you do? Yeah. Do you pay my bills? Like,
you contribute?
And, like, honestly, I was so in love with him. I was like, you know what? Okay, I got a day job.
Yeah.
Like, I can't even...
What's a 9 to 5?
And then I was like, actually, if I have to choose between y'all, like, you can go. And he was very abusive, too. Yeah. So I was like, he's insecure anyways, because if you have to put hands on a woman, if you have to do that, you're insecure, bro. Mm-hmm. So, anyway, that didn't work out. I don't believe it's hard to hold a relationship, though, because I did have this other boyfriend, rest in peace, French. Amazing. But he was just kind of like, you could dance, I don't care, but you don't have to. Like, he took care of everything, so I didn't have to dance.
Like,
but
you just did it for fun?
But I did it, yeah. Mm-hmm. And I was just like, yeah, he provided everything. If I wanted something, I could have it. But I'm also like, my best friend at the time, she was a dancer. Yeah. So I would do it just because, like, we'd go hang out together, get drunk, and, like, have a good time, you know? Yeah. So I just did it for the fuck of it. So, no, I mean, if you have a little dick, you have a little dick. You just gotta say that. Yeah. But if you got one of those, you can't get involved with the dancer. Mm-hmm. And if you're broke,
just say that.
Just say that. Because, honestly, and here's the thing is, like, you could be so respectful. Like, I'm very respectful when I'm in a relationship. And like I said, clubs don't allow you to touch. So it's kind of just like you're at the bar. You know how many guys stare at your girl when you're at the bar?
Literally.
It's the same thing. You can look, but you can't touch. Yeah. So I'm like, get your money up so you don't feel that way. Right. And if you do feel
like, if your girl's making more money than you, there's an issue. Know.
And just don't approach a dancer and expect her to stop dancing just because you feel that way. Yeah. Go date somebody else. I don't know. Yeah. But don't try to get a girl to stop dancing unless you can provide for her. Mm-hmm. And she's okay with that. Cool, but you men know you can't do that. Mm-hmm. You
Not
know.
These broke guys.
You know. No. And it'd be the brokest ones.
They really are. And they're like, she's just a gold digger. What is she digging? Yeah. You're not even digging, bro. You're digging for coal, okay? There's nothing there.
That's how you get. I swear. Dude, I literally almost made a post the other day because guys was like, oh, all girls want is money. They're gold diggers. How are we going to get some, like, dig some gold if there's not gold there to dig?
Literally. And it's always the broke ones that are like, oh my gosh, she's a gold digger. Like, no. What is she?
Why? Because I didn't want to pay for my own $4 tacos? Right. I'm a gold digger.
Or they take you out to dinner once and be like, this and that. I'm like,
yeah. And honestly, I don't expect much, like, being a dancer, I do make good money.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes, like, there's bad nights and there's good nights.
Yeah.
But I'm good enough on my own. I would never expect a man to do something for me that I don't do myself.
Yeah.
I get my nails done. I get my toes done. I get my hair done. I wouldn't expect a man to pay for that for me if I couldn't do it myself.
Mm-hmm.
And I still don't expect a man to. Like, that's me keeping up myself.
Yeah.
So I'm like, what am I doing?
Literally.
Doing that? Men are just gross.
Men are just fucking idiots. Speaking of men, are you single and ready to mingle?
No.
No? Not right now?
No.
Okay. There's a guy, he was just like, he's really a nice guy, and he's kind of cute. So he's like, tell your girl, but never mind, sorry. She's not ready to mingle. Well... You're like, maybe. I'll show you a picture of him in once we're done. So that means you're not looking for a relationship?
Honestly, I'm not looking. I'm kind of just really living my life right now and having fun. I feel like the dating scene nowadays, terrible.
Shit.
Terrible. So now I'm just like, I'm focused on
get your bag,
my money, my family, and that's it. Mm-hmm. Unless somebody's showing me different, then maybe.
Yeah. But at the moment, nah.
The dating scene is a disaster.
It really is.
Disaster.
Like, deadass. Would you ever move back to Colorado?
Fuck no. Easy question. Next.
What made you move to Dallas?
Because it's not Colorado.
Yeah. Literally.
No, I'm just kidding. Honestly, I always wanted to live in Texas, and yeah, it's not Colorado. Mm-hmm. But now I'm moving to Hawaii.
For sure.
Mm-hmm. January 10th.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah, Dallas is amazing. I love it there.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go back there for sure after Hawaii, but
how long are you going to Hawaii for? If you don't mind me asking.
I'm gonna plan for like a year.
Yeah.
Just because it's
you might as well.
I went out there for a month and like money's good. I feel like I'm gonna get out of debt faster and like.
Were you dancing over there, or what were you doing over there?
Yeah, I was dancing, and everything's just it's a tropical island, it's so great. But I'm gonna like save for a down payment on a house and then sell in Dallas, maybe.
Yeah. Do you think it's busier over there because it's like more touristy?
Yeah,
like you get it.
Yeah, and Dallas though, I'm gonna be honest, dancing in Dallas has. Whew, girl, when I was walking in the clubs, I was just like
flabbergasted.
Yeah, every girl is built like Megan Thee Stallion, Cardi B, Nicki Minaj, big titties, fat ass. I was intimidated.
Yeah.
I was like, what's this gonna do?
Yeah.
What's my little booty gonna do?
You felt small.
I felt small.
And you're not. You have a big ass and nice titties. Like, so you're like, you feel like a 12-year-old boy. You're like,
yeah, no, dead ass. That's what I felt like. I was like, oh my God, what is this?
Yeah.
And I was just like, oh my God. And I was texting my mom, because my mom knows I'm a dancer. So I'm like texting my mom, like, dude, like, no way. And she was like, well, you're pretty, you're such a vibe. Like, just go, don't focus on anybody else. Just go to you. Like, you got this, baby girl. You got this, baby girl. I was like, okay.
Like, I got this.
All I needed was my mom's approval. Go get it. And so I went, and, I did, but it's still in the back of my head. And that's one thing that fucks with me as a dancer, too, is, like, never in my life did I think, like, oh, I want fake boobs, or, oh, I want a BBL. Mm-hmm. But after you start traveling and dancing and seeing all these girls who have that, and they're making a lot of money, it's like, I started thinking, like, oh, I want my boobs then. I want a BBL. And never in my life I wanted that until I was a dancer. Yeah. And that's what sucks. That's the one thing that sucks about being a dancer.
Because they're more, like, enhanced and stuff.
Yeah. And it's, like, also, like, a lot of guys have tipped me more because they're like, oh, you have a real body. Like, I like that. So, not every guy likes fake bodies, but a lot of them do because rappers talk about it. Everybody talks about it. Like, oh, this and that. And so, that's the only thing that does suck, and it does fuck with me. And it fucks with a lot of girls, honestly, in the club. Because I've heard other girls talk about it, is like, when you're around people that have all that work done and stuff, it makes you kind of second guess yourself, like, oh, I'm beautiful, but, like, I would be this much more if I get that done, Yeah. So that's the only thing that sucks about that.
Well, speaking of your body, how do you maintain your figure? How do you say snatched as fuck, bitch? Like how does it look like you got a BBL when you don't?
Okay, here's the thing. I do work out a lot, but I'm also not gonna lie. It's like I work out good for like maybe like 4 months straight, and I'm on my grind. I meal prep, all that shit. And then I don't know what happens. Like I'm trying to fix this, and I fall off for like a month or two. I'm gonna be real, a month or two. And I eat junk food and this and that, and then I like try and get back on track.
Yeah.
But I really don't have a plan. Like I don't know. I don't know how. But honestly, too, it's really unhealthy. But working in the nightlife, your schedule's so fucked up. You don't have like a regular schedule. Like you have breakfast, lunch, and dinner. When you work in the nightlife, it's like you wake up. Well, I don't know about everybody, but me, I sleep because I'm tired. And then when I wake up, I'm like, okay, cool. Maybe hit the gym. If I do hit the gym, come back, shower, get ready for work. Boom, I'm at work. Yeah. It's nighttime again. And if I'm lucky, I'll get a meal in.
Yeah.
But like it's really unhealthy. I feel like I shouldn't even say that. Yeah. But it's the truth. So I'm like eating once a day, and the job itself is a workout. So even if I don't hit the gym, the job itself is a workout. Yeah.
So no matter what. But you're practically working out 24/7, even without trying to.
But honestly, when I first started dancing, I was not in shape.
Yeah.
Like, I wish I had I think I do have a picture when I first started dancing. Like, I worked at one of the, like, lowest strip clubs in Denver. Yeah. It was, like, the ghetto. And that was just because I was heavier and they hired him. Shit, they hired him. So, looking back. Were you just
trying to get your, like, toes wet?
Like, well, it's because I let my friends convince me to go in there. I was like, dude, I'm like not even in shape. Like, I'm an introvert. I don't know how to talk to people. So what am I supposed to do? Yeah. And I was finally, because they convinced me, they hyped me up so much that I'm such a bad bitch. And so I was like, okay.
You're like that.
But it was one of those like lower clubs, like terrible. That I went over there, and like you can still like make money and stuff, but I feel like after I started going to the gym and stuff, I made more money.
Yeah, like you could tell that I made a big difference.
Yeah.
So what's been your biggest struggle?
I would say, I feel like it kind of depends. Like my biggest struggle when I'm gonna like go down the line.
Yeah, that's fine.
So my biggest struggle when I first started dancing was accepting the label that you get when you start dancing. At first, when I started dancing, I didn't tell anybody at first. I had to tell my family like within the second week I was dancing because my mom, she's most loud, she knows everything. Yeah. And so I couldn't hide it from her. And then I was like, oh shoot,
because you were leaving late at night and coming home. Yeah.
And I was like, oh shoot, like what if my brother or my sister's friend comes in and they snitch on me? Yeah. I'm gonna get like in so much more trouble than being honest. Yeah. And so that was like the hardest thing is like the label, I had to tell them, and then like the label that it's put on, like, oh, she's a stripper. When you say, oh, she's a stripper, people are like, oh, she's a hoe. Oh, she fucks for money. Oh, she's easy. Oh, she does this, she does that. Like, she's basically just a hoe. Yeah. And that's the hardest thing is like the label. And I was like, it was hard accepting that because people like kind of looked down on me for it for the longest time. But then after I accepted that, I'm like, shit. Yeah. Like, if I know I don't do any of that, then I'm cool. Right. Then goes the, like I just talked about, the body figure thing. Like, the biggest struggle for me is, like, accepting, like, this is how I look. Instead of going terrified of surgery, because anything can happen under surgery. Oh, for sure. So, accepting, like, this is my body. Like, and honestly, I stopped following a lot of girls on Instagram just because they've had work done, and I started following more fitness girls who like worked for their body because I feel like it puts a more realistic mindset in me. That was a struggle. And I would say drinking a lot. Drinking, I'm always like, I did try to go sober for a minute when I was working. I was like, okay, like if I'm working, say 4 to 5 times a week,
yeah, that's a lot.
On my day, and on my days off, I like to have fun.
Yeah,
so I'm drinking all the time.
You were drinking like every day, pretty much.
I'm drinking all the time, so I feel like drinking's a bad thing too because I also need alcohol to. I'm an introvert, so it helps me be like more out there, like, oh yeah, let's party.
Yeah.
Instead of being like, oh, I'm scared to go talk to this person, you know. So I feel like drinking. I try to go sober for a minute. I lasted like a shift and a half.
Yeah. I thought you were gonna say like a week or something.
No. A shift and a half. The first shift was easy because it was slow. It was a really slow night. Like barely anybody was in there.
So you're like, okay, I got this.
Yeah. The shift and a half is because it started off slow, and people started coming in. And when it started getting crowded, I was like, oh, I want to go up to these people and like talk and like, but I have anxiety.
Yeah.
So then people start offering me shots, and I was like, well, I gotta make this money. I need to talk to people. So drinking is like a struggle right now. So I'm like trying to be sober more, but it's hard.
Yeah. Clubs let you get drunk?
Yeah.
Because it's on you, right? Like they don't care?
The thing is like they don't care. However, like, if you can't hold your liquor, if you get sloppy drunk, you're fired. And I'm a drinker, so I can hold pretty well.
Yeah.
I don't like if my friend is driving to the club, then I'm gonna get drunk. But I never get sloppy drunk because I know what is that cost, and it's dangerous. It's a dangerous environment. Like shit really happens. Human trafficking is real. Like I never get to the point where I'm just like
black out.
No.
Yeah.
So but yeah, drinking is a lot of it. I'm like, my liver is crying out.
Do you have any advice then? Back to the advice thing. Any advice that people like actually want to dance, or like you're like fuck it, get your bag, but just be safe? Or
so I think my biggest advice for anybody who wants to dance is because it's very easy to get caught up in what other girls tell you.
It's like fast cash, huh?
Yeah, and with fast cash, not all money is good money. Not all money is good money. You need to understand that. And I feel like, I support any girl who wants to become a dancer. And when I started, I didn't have welcoming arms like a veteran trying to help me out.
Yeah.
However, I'm not a veteran yet because I feel like I'm still new to it. Yeah. But I'm literally any girl. I've put on a few girls for dancing. I'm always with welcoming arms.
Yeah.
But my thing is not all cash is good cash. And set your boundaries in what you're okay with and what you're not okay with before you start.
Yeah.
Stick to those, and that is it. Your boundaries, because I have seen in the game, there's girls who are like, oh, I'm not okay with like, guys touching me inappropriately or, selling my body for money. Yeah. There's a lot of girls who have said that. But when they have a slow night at the club, they're like, oh, well, he offered me, like, this amount of money if I have sex with him or if I give him head. And they lower themselves.
Yeah.
But I'm like, stick to the boundaries you set for yourself in the beginning.
Yeah, because it's only going to get worse, huh?
And, and that's why I say advice, too, is save. Save your money. Don't, because just like you have good nights, you have bad nights. So... And if you have a good month, you make hella racks, but the next month is slow, and save your money because then you're not stressing. You're not stressing, and you're not gonna like lower yourself because you need your rent paid.
Yeah.
Save your money. That's the biggest thing because set your boundaries, save your money. That's it. Yeah. And along with boundaries is a lot of girls get caught up in drugs at the club, and that's a topic that worldwide don't want to talk about. Is a very touchy subject, but also in the club, girls want to just like brush it off. Like your boundaries, set those because I've seen a lot of girls too who are innocent to that. Then it's just a few of this, whatever, and then they go downhill from that.
Yeah.
So it's just like set your boundaries. All money's not good money, and just save your money and just know your worth, bro. Just know your worth. Like, that's all. And love yourself. Yeah. Love yourself. I'm working on that one because after I seen girls with the BBLs, big old titties.
Yeah.
I'm like, what doctor you go to?
Yeah, you're like, pass me the info, please.
Yeah, but I'm just like, you just gotta, love yourself.
Mm-hmm.
You don't have to feed into all of that. And it's a struggle for everybody.
Of course,
struggle for everybody. Yeah.
Have you ever ran into somebody that you know that like awkwardly and you're like, oh shit, and you're like,
girl, what?
So you're like, fuck. Oh my God. Or you're just like, fuck it. It is what it is.
No. So one of the clubs I used to work at is like the stage. So usually clubs like they have the stage above, but this club like the stage was leveled with the ground, and then it had like barriers that were like up. And it's been a few times. I've seen multiple people from high school. And I'm like, well, if you follow me on social media, you know that I dance. Yeah. However, it's just kind of different when it's in person and, like, I don't know you're coming and I don't know you're going to be at the club. So I'm like, oh! But that has happened with high school people. It's not as awkward with high school people. However, there was this, like, guy who, like, used to, like, be in love with me. And I hadn't talked to him in, like, forever. And, like, he shows up at the club and I'm like, like, I can't see for shit. So I'm like, what the fuck? And so I asked my friend, and I show her a picture. I was like, is this that guy? And then she's like, yeah. And I'm like, oh my God, this is so bad. Because, like, I hadn't blocked on everything. Like
he was a psycho?
Yeah. And so, like, I, like, when he would, like, come by my stage, I would, like, duck down.
Yeah.
And I'm, like, trying to, like,
it's not me.
Yeah. And then one other thing is, one of my sister's long-time boyfriends came into the club. And I'm drunk off my ass. Yeah. And then I was dancing, and this guy's like, hey, are you so-and-so's sister? And I was like, who are you? And then he, like, tells me who he is, and I was like, what the heck? And it was so weird, and he's like, well, now this is just awkward. Yeah. So, I'm gonna leave. You're like, okay. But, I'll buy you a shot. And he's like, I'm gonna go on the other side of the club, but I'll buy you a shot. You're like, okay. Oh, yeah. So, like, and then I felt uncomfortable because my tits were out at that point. Yeah. And I'm like, this is terrible. This is so terrible. But that's the only other thing. Other than that, I feel like, no, like high school people I've seen, but also I'm just like, don't look at me. Yeah. Just keep going.
Just go follow me on Instagram and leave me alone.
I mean, I post a lot like, hey, come see me at the club. But it's different if I know you're coming.
Then they're just popping up.
And then people just popping up and I'm like, ah.
Yeah, you're like, oh. Ah. Because most of the time you don't really say where you're at. You kind of just say, ask me where I'm at.
Yeah, I always put ask me where I'm at.
Is that for safety reasons?
Safety reasons a lot, yes, because it's really scary. I've been followed from the club a few times. Like, shit happens. Yeah. Like, people think that shit don't happen, but shit happens. Like, there was this one girl I used to work at the club with, and she actually was getting followed. The car following her hit her car into a ditch and kidnapped her. They hit her they knew what they were doing. They hit her. Boom.
Just right.
Pop out, grab her, kidnapped her for, like, I don't even know how long she was gone. Like, shit like that really happened.
Is she still alive and stuff?
Yeah, she finally got shown up and she survived. But, like, things like that happen. Like, you have to be really careful, and that's why I do what I do too. Is like, you know, hit me up for location so I know exactly who I'm doing it to, because I have Snapchat and Instagram people that I don't even know. Yeah. And it's like, if I just post my location, like, anybody could, you know? Yeah. I mean, and even without people who follow me who come and see me, like, there's people at the clubs that could be psychos and do that shit. But you just have to
minimize the
and you
danger.
have to take precaution.
Yeah, of course.
I used to have this girl who used to stalk me. And I literally would, because this is when I would, like, post, like, oh, I'm working tonight. And she would see the background of the picture. She's like, oh, you at that club? Because she knew all the clubs. And until I blocked her, and it was on a different profile. And then she would know where I was at. So when I would work at a club, and she would just randomly show up there, and like, she was like stalker, right? Yeah. And I was just like, thankfully it never got too crazy. Maybe she was just in love with me or something. Yeah. But
she at least throw cash at your way?
No.
No. She was a broke bitch.
Mm-hmm. She literally just came and like brought me like maybe like she brought me food one time. I didn't ask her, and then she brought me like flowers like 2 times. And I was like, I mean, if you're coming and supporting me and shit, that's different. But you don't have to stop that shit like I'm in love with you.
Yeah.
And I'm like, dude, I don't even know you. Mm-hmm. Like I never met her a day in my life.
Did she just randomly have you on social media and then it went from there, or?
Yeah, well, because when I became a dancer, I started like promoting myself on like Instagram, Snapchat, and I would just post. So I accepted everybody. Like my page is public,
yeah,
so anybody could see my post, and that's how that kind of happened. I'm like, oh, Jesus.
Well, thank you for joining me and thank you for coming.
Yeah, I'm just talking crazy shit.
Okay. I do want to ask you one more question. What's your funnest memory that you ever had with me?
Fucking shit, bro. You know what? I think we have a lot because we're crazy bitches.
We did, dude. At one point we were like, no, we were fucking psychos, dude.
Yeah. I think my funnest memory, and I have a video of it. So if any of y'all want to see this video, I will gladly post it.
Which one is it?
One time we were at this like Mexican club, and they're like playing
when we got on the bar.
And they started playing reggaeton, and we're drunk off our ass.
I totally forgot about that.
They drunk off our ass, and
literally we got fucked up.
We got on the bar top and started twerking, trying to do the split.
You did the split. I just twerked.
You twerked. Yeah. I did the split.
And then they shoot us off. They're like, no, get off.
Yeah, they were trying to kick us off, and I was like, nah. And
then I remember the one of the owners or something, they're like, you guys need to get off. We're like, okay, in 10 minutes later, they're like, that table over there just bought you like 4 buckets, remember? And then I was like, fuck. Yeah. I was like,
and I was like, it was all for a good cause.
Yeah.
Like, we went up there and like they bought buckets. One of the bartenders gave us free shots. Like, people are just, you know?
It was a fun time. I totally forgot about that. I randomly remember that, but I totally forgot about that.
Yeah. I have a video.
If you guys want to see it. I was going to say, I think my favorite was when we accidentally blacked out off of Crown Royal. House. I think that's his name.
Dude, well, since we blacked out, I literally did not remember that until you just said that.
Really? Well,
but that was fun, though.
No, because you were there first. We were supposed to hang out or something, and you're like, oh, I'm gonna come here first. And you're like, pull up. So I pulled up, and she had this big ass, it's not called a handle, right? It's the big ass bottle of Crown. And then she's all like, let's take shots.
Yeah, it was a handle.
Yeah, is that what they're called? So we were taking shot after shot, and then we started both getting in our feels, and then we were like, this bitch drinks and I can drink, so we were going one after the other, and then all of a sudden, I don't know how, I ended up at someone's house. I wake up in the morning, and I'm like, what the I mean, I knew who the person was, because I told him to come pick me up. Yeah, I knew who they were. I didn't go with no stranger, but I was just like, I texted you, I was like, are you okay? Are you alive? I was like, what the dude?
I'm like, are you okay? Are you alive? Where did you even go?
and I guess I wasn't even far from you. I was like 2 blocks away.
Oh my gosh.
And I remember the next day, the guy's just like, because apparently I slept with just my like shorts and my shirt, and then I like woke up and I'm like, what the fuck? And then he's like, don't worry, we didn't do anything. I was like, oh, okay. He's like, I wasn't even trying to, but he's like, as soon as you lay down, you're like, don't touch me, you're not me tonight. Yeah. I was like, oh, okay.
I remember that. Yeah,
I was like, oh shit, what the fuck?
Yeah.
I remember there's videos too of us sitting on the couch just singing.
I think I still have some of those. Oh no, you know what? Okay, that was fun at the bar, but you know what my favorite memory is?
Which one? Which one?
Honestly, it was probably one of your best because you started freaking out. Yeah.
Dude, that was bad because I was trying to be all cool. It's because I had done it the day before. So I was like, oh, that's fine. And then the next day, I was like, you know what? Fuck this. And then I was like, fuck, dude. I was like, I fucked up. And I was supposed to drive, and I was like, I'm sorry. I know. I was like, I'm sorry, Selena. I was like, no, I'm so sorry.
Like, it's okay. We could just chill here. We're fine here.
And I'm just laying on Morgan's bed, just vibing. Like.
Yeah.
And it took me forever. I was like, I'm so over this.
Yeah. I'm so mad. I'll never tweet that again.
I'm traumatized still. I'm like, and I don't know.
Did you never do it again?
No, I haven't done it since. And I know I should have listened to you because you even told me, no, dude, don't do it. And I don't know why I was like, it. Just thinking about it, I'm like, my body's starting to twitch. I'm like, yeah, dude.
I guess it wasn't too fun then.
I was traumatizing. I was like, oh, fuck.
Oh, fucking shit.
Well, the night before, remember when we went to that sketchy ass New Year's party?
And it got like fucking shot out.
Yeah. Because you're like, fuck it, let's go to Denver. I was like, you're like, I'll drive, let's go. And I was like, okay. And we end up sketchy as fuck. We barely made it there on midnight. Oh, you remember how it took forever to get there? And then they shot it up, so we left.
That was the ghetto.
Yeah. That was probably like, what's that? Montbello or something? Or Aurora, dude.
No offense to anybody.
Yeah, no, don't shoot us up. But no, dude, it was like scary. I was like, I'm all like, Justine, where did you bring me? And that's when we barely started like hanging out. So I was scared. I was like,
so you were like,
you bring me at?
Yeah, I would always protect you. Though.
Yeah, of course.
No matter what.
You're like, don't worry about it. I got you. And I was like, still, I was like, because I'm always down for the crazy shit.
Scared. I was scared too. I didn't even know.
I didn't even get there. You remember some random people drove us? It was you guys and the girl. You remember the girl that was in love with Kaylee? Remember? And then she ended up moving. Well, you remember she was that night she was trying to have a threesome with this white couple? Remember? No. You're probably rolling at that time, but because we were sitting on the floor, and then you remember some white guy was just chilling on the floor. I wish I had these Snapchats. I'm pretty sure I do. He was just chilling on the floor, and then you're like, you said something, and then he had a girlfriend, and then the chubby girl comes up to us and starts talking to us. She's like, I'm gonna go have a threesome with them in the bathroom.
What?
Yeah, do you not remember?
I don't think so.
No. Oh, those random guys we met. We were chilling with them at the bathroom. Remember? Just straight vibing, dude. And then one of them goes lays down in the tub. I was like,
there's a guy laying down in the tub.
He's like, I'm just gonna stay here. I was like,
one on the floor. You're sitting on the toilet. I'm sitting in the sink.
Yeah.
We're just all just vibing. We're like talking about some crazy shit.
Yeah, we're talking about a lot of things. We had some fucking good ass times, dude. For sure. Well, thank you again. Thanks for coming all the way over here. Thanks for catching just a flight just to come be on my podcast. Oh, yes.
How do you say it? Ooh.
Don't forget, guys, I'm on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and then you can see our beautiful faces on YouTube. Thank you, guys. Bye.
Bye.